A Missouri woman who was wrongfully incarcerated for 43 years is now free after her murder conviction was overturned. Sandra Hemme was released from the Chillicothe Correctional Center Friday evening. Hemme had been serving a life sentence for the 1980 death of a library worker. Last month, the judge ruled Hemme's attorneys established clear and convincing evidence of actual innocence. However, the 64-year-old will be required to follow 3 conditions following her release. She must live with her family, refrain from using alcohol or controlled substances that haven't been prescribed, and she must obtain a mental health evaluation and follow all recommendations. From church to school choirs to getting a vocal scholarship to college, Terrell Anthony says singing is the one thing that he has known consistently throughout his life.
We all come into this world with gifts and natural inclinations to do things, and music has always been that for me.
The 34-year-old who hails from Atchison, Kansas and now lives in San Diego, Anthony can now say he's living out a real feat in his musical career by competing in NBC's The Voice, a competition he tried out for a number of years ago and didn't think he would ever try again in 2021 if it wasn't for the support of his wife, Kim.
She persisted a little bit more, and I decided to do it, and I'm glad I did.
For his song choice during the blind auditions, in which he received 2 chair turns, Anthony chose Marvin Gaye's 1971 hit, What's Going On, a song he feels resonates well in 2021.
To bring that song back in a time like this, a song that I love, a lot of people love, I thought it was appropriate, and it worked to my favor.
Anthony chose John Legend as his coach for The Voice and feels being able to work with Legend throughout the competition means everything.
He's done it all. He's an EGOT, I believe, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. And so to work with someone like him and to be there to sing for him in person, and then to see his personality and how laid back and how chill and how humble he was and how complimentary he was of my singing, it was just incredible.
Anthony will next move on to the knockout rounds, where he will continue to compete throughout the entirety of the competition, and he will do so with the support of those from Northeast Kansas and Northwest Missouri, where he comes from.
It's just great feeling to know that people back home are enjoying what I'm doing and kind of following the journey.
Reporting for News Press Now, I'm Jacob Meikel. It was on this green behind me where St. Joseph native Brad Nursky secured his 4th ever Missouri Amateur Golf Championship on Sunday. And one of the first individuals that he embraced after the win was not only a man that was with him throughout the entirety of the tournament, but has been with him through most of his life.
Brad and I are, he's one of my best friends.
We do everything together. I mean, we travel together, we hang out together. We live 2 neighborhoods away from each other.
Brad Nursky and Matt Thrasher go way back.
We've been buddies since I was 10 years old.
And their long-lasting friendship has made quite the dynamic duo on the golf course. Thrasher caddied for the now 4-time winner of the Missouri Amateur Championship during the near dozen rounds of golf that this past week's tournament called for.
He has full reins to rein me in or pump me up, and he's just he's an extra special guy.
Just to be part of really history. I mean, him winning 4 and just absolutely put on a clinic this week in match play. It was phenomenal to watch.
And their friendship is as strong as ever. Thrasher is the current head golf coach at Missouri Western. Nursky also helps coach the team. And who better for Thrasher to have mentor the young golfers than a player still playing at a high level well into his 40s.
He preaches to the kids on our golf team how hard it is and how much you got to work and practice. So it's talent, but it's also work ethic. He has the will to prepare, and he does it each and every day.
And with the win on Sunday, Nursky earns himself an exemption into the U.S. Amateur Golf Tournament up in Minnesota in mid-August, which is around the time that the Missouri Western golf season begins to rev up. But Matt Thrasher said after the win on Sunday that he does plan to be there to support his longtime friend. Reporting from the St. Joseph Country Club, Jacob Meikel, News Press Now Sports. We go back to local news as the competitive video gaming program at Missouri Western has expanded into the realm of academics. The university pledges to train students in a variety of courses that help them organize, promote, and participate in esports tournaments. The value of dedicating one's career to this is far beyond the ability to play and do things with video games for a living. One study found that the value of the industry has expanded to nearly $2 billion in terms of combined annual value. Justin Kraft, professor of exercise science, is not himself a gamer, but he'll run the academic program based on his practical knowledge of competition in athletics.